But if we're starting deadlift, might as well, group it all together when I actually start recording. I did deadlifts while I was in Philly.
Okay. So let's see. Today is core and lower back.
Yep. You said we start with deadlift.
So we're going to start with deadlift because that's going to be the hardest thing.
Okay.
And that's where I want most of our focus.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is kind of like yesterday. We're going to do 2 and 2.
Okay.
So we're going to do back for deadlift. We're going to do something for core.
Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2. But we're doing 2 of this each area.
Yeah.
And then for our core workout, we're going to do leg raises.
Leg raises. When you say leg raises, do you mean while we're sitting or?
No, that's on the standard thing.
Yeah, that's when we're sitting, right? Oh, for core.
Core.
All right. I'll adjust this then.
You may have to adjust it midway because we need a lot of stuff. And then from there for lower back as well, we'll do rows, just regular old rows.
Okay. That's down there, yeah?
Yeah, that's down there. I don't remember what I was at for rows. Okay, and then for our final core, I quite like the 45-degree twists.
Okay.
But I feel like I always go to that.
Fair enough. I did. That's what I did that a lot for my workouts in Philly, for my core workouts.
Yeah.
I would usually do the sit-ups and then the twists.
So we're going to do something different then because we both haven't done it. We're going to do planks.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Planks for at least a minute.
Oh, boy. Planks after.
Planks will be last. So
wait, that's. Oh yeah, that checks out. Yeah. All right. So then.
Let me see. What was my last row?
Deadlift, twists. Do we need to?
No twist, just the raise.
Well, yeah,
I'll move that stuff then.
I that's what I meant though.
I'm gonna move that. Just give me 1 minute because it was all kinds of messed up from moving stuff around down here. Okay, looks like I was doing rows at 200. So 10 is the lucky number today for me for reps.
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel like it.
Okay.
So I would probably put these in around mid to high weight.
Mid to high weight, solid. For that, I'm probably going to try to go for 15.
Yeah, I'm not going to even begin to tell you I can do it for more than 10. I'll be lucky if I hit 10. I'm fat. Excuse me. Oh, I definitely feel it today, though. My back and chest are killing me.
Oh, yeah.
Did you start already?
Start what?
The camera.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go up and see my puppy real quick because he got a haircut.
Okay.
If he's home. You can just move that into where the bench or the squat is.
So, yeah, I'm going to steal his pencil so I can write all that down. So let's see, today's the 23rd. Deadlift.
He is not home.
Leg raises.
He goes from a big floof to a small floof.
Sounds about right. Rows.
Yep. So we actually can get almost all of. Well, we could just set up the rows and the deadlift now. I'll start the workouts. So. So we'll just set me up for 200 then on that. Then in regards to, we'll have to move these, unfortunately.
Do you want to start just getting the bar? Why are you putting those where we're gonna have to go?
Because they're not going to be in the way.
Okay.
You can just put the bar down on the ground for now. I want to make sure that there's room. Because I don't want to be bumping just about everything.
And it's still a bit tight.
Well, we're going to stretch beforehand, so.
Can you lift up one of the ends real quick?
Yes, I can. Just give me a moment. Oh, that reminds me. I have to show you the one back workout you can do with a bar.
Yeah, you show me it every single time.
Which one?
The one where you lift up just that end.
Oh, okay.
You show me that every single time.
I'm sorry.
we never do it because we have a full bar with
I'm
both
sorry.
weights.
Okay.
And I don't even have a bar.
Alright, I'm gonna need the ends.
Oh, we're doing okay.
I'm doing 155.
Well, I'm not going to be changing the weight
That's
every
fine.
single time, so I guess I'm doing 155.
You don't have to. I'll pull them off.
I don't really care.
All right. Okay.
So, deadlift, leg raises.
Those should be well out of the way that they're no
Um,
problem.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Why not?
You can move them if you want. I'm just trying to keep us from having to move them multiple times later on.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
Better?
Yep.
Okay.
Just because you had, with how they were, you had to kind of lean back a bit more, and then that pushed the whole tower back.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll get my belt.
Yep, get your belt while I start. Whew! I'm definitely out of practice when it comes to deadlift.
No, leave the what's it called on.
Oh, right. You want to like just keep it. How many are you doing?
I'm gonna do 10.
Okay.
Yeah, you had asked what I thought about the 2012 Hobbit.
Oh, that's
and
right.
And the live action Hobbit trilogy. I will not be doing 10.
I was gonna say, man, you are going hard. I feel like I had to go up in weight if you were at that weight. I'll do as many as you feel comfortable with then. And for your viewers, this is called a straight leg deadlift. Just keep in mind you do not ever lock your knees with a deadlift.
No, I just realized I usually do these with the grips.
Well, it definitely shows your improvement then.
And that's good.
5?
Yep.
Still solid. Alright.
I don't know, I feel a bit liquid.
Alright, that was a good warm-up.
Yeah, I'm sure it
Throw
was.
on the real weight.
I can, as long as I have these.
Honestly, I would say you just stay at this weight.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna be real with you, Chief.
Yeah.
I want you to stay.
Yeah, I was going to.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
there were a lot of problems with the that live action Hobbit trilogy.
Like what?
Well, as you had said, the pacing was weird because it's one continuous story, but drawn out instead of the nice thing about the original Lord of the Rings is that it's almost a 3-act play split across 3 books. Who would have thought?
I agree.
So in actual filmmaking, that works pretty nicely. The problem with The Hobbit is that The Hobbit really shouldn't even be compared to The Lord of the Rings.
That's what I heard. I heard it's more of a prequel to The Lord of the Rings.
It's not even that.
Okay.
So, The Hobbit was a bedtime story that Tolkien would tell to his kids, like, "Oh, Papa, tell me about the time that Bilbo, went into the mountains into Goblin Town." So it doesn't have the seriousness of The Lord of the Rings. It's not an epic.
Oh, I remember what people hated about it. I remember.
It's basically a collection of stories in a whimsical adventure. The One Ring wasn't the One Ring. It was just a cool little thing.
Yeah.
Sauron was not the necromancer in where was it, Dol Guldur or something like that. Wherever they went.
I have no idea.
I will say one thing I did like was giving Radagast the Brown a bit more spotlight.
Yeah, I do remember that being a good point.
But in terms of actual comparison, the books, in terms of comparing the books, The Hobbit is nothing like The Lord of the Rings.
Right.
So treating it like The Lord of the Rings is also bad.
Right. And the thing I remember people hating a lot, and I also agree with it, going from Lord of the Rings orcs to The Hobbit's full CG orcs and wargs, they look awful.
So that's the actual production of it. I wasn't even.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. Like, if you're gonna, it's the same problem. It's not the same problem with Star Wars, where it was like the prequel or the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Had like all the live action and the stunts. I know.
But you're throwing off my pacing here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll talk about the actual production of it, but in terms of just conceptually, it doesn't work. Why is Legolas there? Why did we get Orlando Bloom in here? Well, because it's Legolas. That'll go well. No. There's a reason Legolas wasn't really involved in the first story, because he didn't exist. He didn't need to be. Why is he there now? The idea of the orcs was completely unnecessary.
Yeah, because didn't they not exist until Sauron took around?
Sauron created the orcs in order to try to replicate the elves.
Right.
Just like he created the trolls in order to replicate the Ents. Which that's one of my favorite things. Because the Ents are some of the strongest things on Middle-earth. Only naturally occurring things that didn't, show up there.
Yeah.
By way of, I don't remember where it's called. Where the elves came from.
Yeah.
And the Ishtari. But the Ents or the orcs, sorry, were Sauron's creation,
Right.
and we see them being made in the Lord of the Rings,
Right.
which gives credence to the idea that they were being made in Mordor, but not, Sauron was gathering his forces.
Right. Right.
So it's odd that there's a rogue band of orcs roaming around.
In The Hobbit. Yeah.
That's why it's Goblin Town. That's why they're goblins, not orcs. And I think that actually lends credence to the whole, it's a kid's thing. The orcs, the goblins are sillier and less serious than the orcs.
Right.
So that's why the Rankin Bass animation works better, because it better captures, the actual what the Hobbit was meant to be.
Right.
And that's, you didn't need the orcs. The Hobbit didn't need the orcs.
No.
Because it had plenty of antagonism along the journey. By way of different creatures.
Right. Not just orcs.
Yeah. It completely changes things when the final boss isn't Smaug. But
about
some
that.
orcs. Yeah. See, that's what I mean.
Because I always just think, okay, the first one was where they're just trying to convince Bilbo to come along, and he regrettably hates it.
No.
The second one is where most of the orc stuff happens, and then the third act is just Smaug.
No.
That's how I remember it anyway.
So, this is what sucks. The desolation of Smaug. That was the second movie. And keep in mind, that movie ends with Smaug leaving to light Rivertown on fire.
That's right, he does leave on that.
But there's no desolation. So that creates the problem of the third movie starting with Smaug getting killed.
Yeah.
And then, this is something that bugs me a lot.
Okay.
So, in The Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies...
Oh yes, I do remember that. Isn't there 4 of them?
Yeah, they messed that up. Because the wolves were their own army.
What?
The wolves were their own army in the original. The wolves worked with the goblin army. Not the orcs, the goblin army. So it was it was an army of goblins and an army of wolves. That's not even the problem with it.
I remember laughing about that in the theater. I was like, there's only 4 of them. I thought this was the Battle of the 5 Armies. Yeah.
This is the problem with it.
Okay.
The whole reason the Battle of the Five Armies exists is because Tolkien hated fighting. And in the books, and even in the Rankin Bass adaptation, there's very little time spent on it. It actually goes like this. Bilbo says, "I'll have nothing of your fighting," puts on the ring, and then gets knocked out by a stray rock. And then he wakes up and the fighting's already over. So he was invisible and passed out for the entire thing of it.
So wait.
Because
pause.
Go on.
That's the One Ring, though.
You're thinking too hard about it. This isn't the One Ring. This is just a ring that makes you invisible.
Oh, okay. So it's just a ring.
Keep in mind, it is the One Ring. It becomes that later. But
okay.
Originally, it's just the ring that makes you invisible.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense then, because when you say, it turns you invisible, I immediately go, well, that's the One Ring.
Yes, that becomes the One Ring.
Okay.
But when it was conceived, it was just, this is a cool little trinket.
I see. Okay.
It was retroactively given that importance.
I see.
When he went on to make the Lord of the Rings. Going back to it, though, The whole point of the Battle of the Five Armies is, wow, fighting is stupid. You shouldn't do that. So anyway, people have died. These people that you were going along with, they're dead because of this fighting for no reason. Yeah. But the problem with the trilogy was that it glorified the fighting. And not even in a good way. Like the actual fight wasn't good.
No, I didn't think it was that good either.
It had poor decision making throughout. It was just kind of, well, we can put this here, so let's put this here. Let's put this in. It would be cool if. Okay, then let's do. And that's pretty much the problem.
Yeah, I'm getting my blood back to my brain.
No worries. That's actually the problem with the Hobbit trilogy in general. Well, would it be cool if? I don't know, maybe. Well, let's do it. So, I also don't believe that Peter Jackson had as much creative control over it. Just because I don't think he would do that. With what he did for the actual Lord of the Rings, I don't think he would have done things like add the orcs for no reason.
Yeah, you think he was just a name?
Add a love triangle.
I don't even remember that.
This was so heartbreaking to see. It was everything was done CGI,
Including the dwarves,
including all the scenes with Gandalf. So Ian McKellen,
I know this.
I showed you this. There's just, I believe, either a picture or a clip of Ian McKellen just sobbing in a green space because he's just alone, as opposed to the actual Lord of the Rings where they spent weeks together before they even started filming just to build rapport.
See, that's one of the weird things about filmmaking. They took what would be an ample opportunity, right, to have short people in a movie about short people, and then they just cast regular sized people and shrunk them.
Well, I mean, they did that for Lord of the Rings as well. They did that with Gimli.
I mean, Gimli,
honestly,
you can at least get away with him on his knees. He's the only one. Oh man, isn't it funny that Gimli is always cut off at the waist down?
Oh yeah, no,
it's that could work.
That does, and it does work. I think that's honestly a non-issue. The bigger problem is the excessive and rampant use of CG over.
I will say,
effects.
I do want to give compliments where they're due. Smaug looked awesome.
Yeah, and Benedict Cumberbatch did a great job.
He did. I also was going to ask
you. Best. I do want to say, and this was a good scene, and it was the best scene in the entire trilogy. Was everything with Smaug?
Smaug was
the
fantastic.
confrontation of Smaug by Bilbo.
What was the stupid stone that the dwarves were after?
The Arkenstone was a thing, even in the original.
Yes, but what did it do? Was it anything? I always took it as
just
this is the dwarves' ring.
No.
And they just changed it slightly.
No. This was actually true to the book and even the Rankin Bass, where the Arkenstone was a major plot point.
Okay.
It was a gem that shined so beautifully. So they took it and they faceted it. Facet in the past tense.
Yeah. And
cut it into a proper jewel. And that was the basically the crown jewels. That's the Arkenstone.
Okay.
And
I always get worried when they say the dwarves dug deep and found something. I go,
yeah. They dug too deep.
What did they find?
But yeah, that actually was true to form, and that was an important plot point because Bilbo took that and used that as the bartering chip to for the dwarves.
Right, for the dwarves.
Or for Rivertown.
Yeah.
Or Lake Town? Was it Rivertown or Lake Town?
It was Lake Town because they were in the middle of the lake. I don't know.
That's right. Yeah, they went down the river in the barrels to the lake.
Yeah.
That scene was also horrible.
Yeah.
I think all the actors did a fine job. Some of the dwarves were kind of like, all right, you're not the main focus, so you can get a pass on it. But like the main dwarf was good. Bilbo was good.
Thorin did fine. It was just a matter of the problem was they didn't do much with any of the dwarves except inject a love triangle,
Which I don't even remember anyway. So
yeah, it was forgettable and it was a part of the padding. Completely unnecessary, completely dumb.
Yeah.
They also had the one character, the servant to the mayor of Lake
Don't
Town.
remember it.
Basically, Grima Wormtongue again.
Is he the one that shot Smaug?
No, that's Bard.
Yeah, I was gonna say I liked Bard's character.
Yeah.
And the whole story of the Black Arrow.
Yeah, and
That was cool.
And that was also pretty cool because the
They did a lot of things wrong.
they tried to make it all one story when The Hobbit is a collection of little stories along an adventure. And it just doesn't work quite as well.
I do like the ending portion. I'll say this. I like the connection between Smaug and Lake Town. That I'm fine with. The 5 armies showing up was really out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, that's what happened. That's kind of what happened.
I know, but it feels out of nowhere.
In the original. Because, as I remember, the humans from Lake Town showed up because they were promised a share for assistance. For assisting the dwarves to getting to the mountain.
Right.
And they called upon the dwarves to honor their deal and help
they
build
didn't.
Takedown. Yeah. Because of the Arkenstone being gone and Thorin succumbing to basically dwarven madness. Or what was it?
Dwarven greed.
Gold madness or whatever?
I don't
Gold
remember.
fever? Something like that, you know. That thing that's stronger than the rings.
Apparently so.
I believe that's for over there.
Yep, thank you. The elves showed up because they had remembered past debts or something like that.
Yeah.
And they wanted a share. And they were with the humans. And the whole reason tensions rose between the 3 factions was because
The elves?
because the elves showed up and were quote-unquote allying with the humans. And the humans were going there and they kind of just walked next to each other.
Oh, okay.
Frankly, it was the elves fucking everything up. Again. Happens often. Damn it, Galadriel.
Ooh. That does not feel good after doing all that back.
I can't imagine.
Well, at least it's only just the leg.
I might not be able to do 15, but you know I'm gonna try.
Give it a college try.
My legs are gonna be tired first.
That's alright. Yeah, just set her back up back there.
I will not.
Okay.
I will move it over here so that I do not just repeat history.
Okay. Where are we at?
I just did 6.
Okay. I'm gonna go check on my puppy. He's here.
Alright, that's 15. So yeah, in terms of the plot, let me see how I'm going to summarize it to him. In terms of the plot, they treated it like it was Lord of the Rings and tried to make it Lord of the Rings instead of what it was. They injected a lot of filler in order to meet the quota. The actual CGI versus practical effects were middling. and the way that they actually filled in all the space was wasted. I think that about covers it. Yeah. I just quickly went over to try to summarize everything. Basically, and I've already forgotten it. Damn it. Basically, they tried to pad it out. They padded out the story. They padded it out in dumb ways instead of actually fulfilling ways, such as, you know, focusing on each individual dwarf and giving them personality.
Yeah, I don't remember any of them past Thornton, and maybe his like older dwarf.
I believe that was
Sappy.
No, I think that was actually, funnily enough, that was Gimli's cousin.
Oh,
Was
okay.
it Dwalin?
Oh, that's right. His
That
did
they
say
went
his-
to the Mines of Moria for.
Yeah.
Same dwarf there. But yeah, they put in a ton of filler, a ton of useless filler.
Do you think this could have been better done as 2 movies?
This should have been done as one movie.
I think 1 movie.
Yeah. If you wanted to make it a 2-hour movie or an hour or just a 90-minute, that would have been just fine.
Yeah, I mean, if they cut out everything with the orcs.
If you cut out the orcs, if you cut out the love triangle, if you cut out them doing things like leaving some of the dwarves in Lake Town and moving on anyway, just follow the book. You have everything.
Yeah.
Let's see, we did 155 for deadlift.
What's up?
Ahoy.
Bring this down.
Okay, if I would have known, I would have switched it.
Well, she said to ask you, and I said, I have to write this down anyway.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you yoinked your pencil again.
That's okay. I'm used to it.
Not. I'm sorry. I will do it again though.
I expect you to do it again.
Did you do another set?
I did.
Okay. You know, I will say some of the ways they could have filled out the story runtime would have been, like I said, working on the character of each dwarf, or even Radagast some more. That was great.
Well, see, here's the problem that I have. If they were trying to do like a setup to the Lord of the Rings, like I think that's what they were aiming for. Like this is the prequels to it. They could have done more for that angle.
Yeah, but then you're not doing The Hobbit.
Excuse me?
Right, and I mean, you have to take some play with it because, like you said, The Hobbit basically is not connected other than it's in the same universe. And then the One Ring becomes the One Ring.
It's less of The Hobbit is a prequel and more of The Hobbit created a world, and that world was then used for the Lord
Right,
of the
that's what I
Rings.
mean.
Yeah.
You could have played into that more, like, what is Saruman doing? Do we know the situation with the Witch King?
See, you could have done that, but that's not The Hobbit then.
No, I know. I'm
And
just
that's,
saying.
that's what that my friend is fanfic.
Yeah. Well, what do you think this was?
Yeah.
If they're gonna make fanfic, at least make good fanfic.
No, the good fanfic would have just been the same movie, or would have been just a 1-to-1 adaptation of the book.
And then we're gonna suddenly jump cut over to here, and we don't know what they're doing.
What?
Because if you said it's a 1-to-1 adaptation, they're different stories, right?
Of The Hobbit.
Yeah.
The Hobbit is the same movie as The Hobbit.
Yes, I'm aware. I'm just saying. You even said some of the stories don't make sense when they're stitched together like that. So if they were gonna do like one to the other.
No. The emphasis was on each individual section.
Oh, you mean
So they had filler in between each section. They had filler for things like panning to the elves or panning to Radagast. The whole thing with the necromancer and Christopher Lee's last role before he died. That's the interspersed stuff that makes it seem like they're trying to stitch together an epic, as opposed to just telling the story as a series of stories all at once.
That's what I mean. I don't think that would play well into an actual movie.
Then watch the Rankin Bass Lord of the Rings.
Well, I think they wanted to do something different.
Why?
Because it's been done. You said it yourself.
No, it
Watch
hasn't.
the
A
Rankin
live
Bass.
action Hobbit? No, it hasn't.
Well, I don't think I want anything live action after what I've seen them do.
Yeah. And also, I don't think Ian McKellen would do it again.
No, I think he's done.
Yeah, probably.
Honestly, I'm surprised he's done anything recently.
Good man.
He was.
I love the bloopers from the recordings of the.
I think
Lord of the
Gandalf's
Rings.
asleep. Gandalf is asleep at the table.
It
Do you want to know? So you know how he became Dumbledore?
because the first guy died.
He did.
That
He was
was-
actually going to reject it.
Okay.
But his granddaughter was like, if you don't do this role, I'm not speaking to you again. So he did it. Dead serious. That's what it is. He wasn't going to be Dumbledore until his granddaughter was like, you got to do it.
It does make me feel that because I love Ian McKellen. The original actor for Dumbledore
Was much
way better. Just because he was more of Dumbledore.
He felt old.
He felt old, he felt wizened, he felt patient.
Yeah, Ian definitely had more.
Harry Potter, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Yeah.
Dumbledore said calmly.
Yeah, that's I don't have a problem with the performance. Honestly, I really like it, and it's one of the most iconic parts of the movie for me sometimes.
Yeah.
But I also have to recognize he's supposed to be an old, wise.
Patient. That's
Patient
the big thing
wizard.
is patient. In the first, like the Chamber of Secrets gets it so perfectly because he's not rash at all. He speaks slowly, poignantly.
He's got an air of mystery to him.
He knows more than he's letting on. He's speaking carefully, patiently.
Mm-hmm.
And in the books, Dumbledore's a clown.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Ian plays him a bit more seriously.
I mean, I like him more seriously, and I think for what they were going for in the movies, I think it was fine.
That's the thing. The movies themselves were kind of, funnily enough, very similar to the Hobbit trilogy.
I will say, though, it felt nice because, at least for the first, I'll say the first three, there was like some fun, childlike antics to it.
Mostly 1 and 2.
I'll say 3 kind of has that, and that's where the
Well,
switchover happens.
Yes. No, because it starts out with Harry being stalked by his furry godfather.
I know, but then you have the bus with the
Yeah.
rambling man
Yeah.
bobblehead. Like, there's still an air of fun to it all. And then 4 is just, we're serious here, and there's no more fun to be had. A child dies in front of him, Voldemort's back.
Yeah, it's like, damn it.
No more funsies. Oh, well, that was leg raises. Now it's back to the back.
Back to the back?
Yep, back to the back with Rose.
Alright, let me check to see how much I was doing. Do you know the day that we last did it?
No, because I did it. I kept up with it.
Oh,
So mine was like 2 or 3 months ago.
Harlot.
No, I'm allowed to keep working on it.
Harlot! Belongs to the streets. Do we do Rose? Rose back for spring break? Doesn't look like it.
Just guesstimating because you were able to do 155 for 5.
Yeah.
I'd say you could probably do that again for probably 10. Because you're not fighting
for
gravity.
Rose.
Yeah,
You're still fighting gravity. That's how that
I'm doing
works.
200
Okay, show off.
compared to the 185 I was doing.
Yeah, but I also did a better core workout.
Yeah, and what about it?
I'm better
You
than
want to fight about it?
Yeah, I want to fight about it in a core competition.
That's not fair.
Well, I'm not gonna.
You're
I'm
giving
not
yourself home field advantage.
I'm giving myself the only advantage, sir. I think your arms are wider than my neck.
That's a shame. I should really fix that. I should make my neck as thicker than your neck too.
Yeah.
That's hard though. I've only found like 1 or 2 workouts.
Jesus.
Sorry, I was sitting. I've only found 1 or 2 workouts that actually can help increase neck size.
If you really want that, I know some calisthenics stuff.
No, the only one I can think of
No,
is
I know.
bridges.
No, believe me, I know the. Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, I know some.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's what Muay Thai people do.
That's what wrestlers do.
Rows. It's been a while since we did regular rows because we have so many other things that work lower back.
For you,
Yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of mid rows. Oh man, I'm already back in June of last year.
this gets so messed up.
And at this point, if I'm going back a whole year.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
How much are you at?
I'm at 200.
All right.
And I have, hang on, I'm still not done. I only did 1. I had to move the thing
Oh, okay.
because I was hitting it. So now you can do this in 2 ways, and we're going to do it the correct-ish way. I say correct-ish because you're supposed to do like a full-on row like this, but that's more of a mid-row.
Yeah.
And you can see me struggling. I can't do this way for a mid-row.
Yeah, that was a pretty mid row there.
It was. But what we're going to do is we're going to work just the lower back. So I'm just keeping my arms tensed, and I'm just leaning back.
Okay. So, sat down, grabbed, and then just basically straightening your back
So,
using your lower back.
do a motion like if you were going to do a deadlift.
I know, yeah.
Same motion, we're just sitting down.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you could do that. I'm gonna try and find a good way. I should do I should gauge it and figure out what I should be doing.
I agree with that.
So then I'll do a proper one.
So a proper one,
Yeah, you pull at the same time,
yeah.
like you're rowing.
You got it. You got the name. 5 points to Joey.
I'm gonna start at about
And
100.
negative 10 points to Slytherin.
I'm gonna start at 100 if you don't mind sitting over
I
there
do not mind sitting anywhere.
and just helping me gauge.
I mean, you're going to have to get your ears a little bit closer for me to gauge it.
You're reaching for your puns, man.
I know. You should be at about, like, where you're just enough to tense to make things taut.
I honestly think 100 is pretty good.
Do 2 more and tell me.
I could probably do more.
Do 1 more and then tell me.
No, I don't want to do more because I'm feeling it in my arms.
That's why I was saying if we want it just to be for just back, try it the way I was doing
I'm
it.
gonna adjust it real quick.
That's fine.
Make it a bit shorter.
You don't want it too short because you
No.
want to actually.
But I was mostly using my arms.
Okay,
Just keep in mind I got long arms.
I know.
Yeah, that's good.
You think you can do 10? Watch with the weight slightly. There you go.
I'm mostly feeling it in my forearms.
That's why I was saying you want it to be just.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Because I think you're probably adjusting just like we would if we were working other muscles.
Yeah.
You're adjusting to make it so your arms are doing more because your back is tired.
It's about the same because you have to pull a little bit.
You do. I'm not disagreeing with
And
you.
I can only go so far, but either way, it's going to be working my back.
Yeah.
I think that's good for what I'm doing now.
Okay, because I'm only doing these for
If you-
5.
I have no. I could probably do 150 if I keep
Well,
straight.
well,
up,
how
but
much
I don't
did
wanna
you do?
150.
How many sets or reps?
I did 10.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
Let
Let's
me
go up to
bump-
130.
I was gonna say let me bump you to 130 at 7.
Okay. That's good.
Do you want to try it once now, just to make sure,
Yeah.
before I switch it and get up off my ass? Well, you're still somewhat warmed up.
And this is at 130.
This is 130.
And keeping arms straight, not doing a full proper row.
It should be tense. Yeah.
I still mostly feel it with my arms.
Your arms are gonna feel it because you got to tense it.
Yeah.
But you should. You're like if we were fresh backs right now, you'd be like, oh my gosh, this feels awful on my back. But I think
Probably.
we're a little tired. So
Yeah, I can do that. 130.
okay,
I did a warm up set.
just watch your step.
I thought you had something back there.
No. I wanted to make sure you saw it. Okay.
No,
Come on. No, because it's going to take me a bit.
When you get a chance, if you could reach the other cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kill ourselves slowly here.
I wish this didn't spin. I really wish it didn't. I know I can put a thing in here to make it stop spinning, but I really don't have a thing to make it fit.
You don't have just a screw or something?
No, because it needs to be almost exact.
Oh.
Like we tried that with this to keep this pin in. This pin still
I
moves,
remember.
and we have one in.
I
That's
also
what I mean.
dislike the grip situation.
See, I actually think this might be better,
Probably.
but the problem with this is
That looks awful to use.
it is awful to use.
It won't spin. It won't twist on you. But
Oh, it twists. It's supposed to twist.
no. I mean like how this.
I'll
does.
try it for this one because I
You can
really
go for it.
don't think it's gonna sit right.
You can go for it. I'm not encouraging you to. I'm trying to talk you out of it.
Nope, too late. Is that 130 or 100?
130.
Okay. Just make sure you
Now
take
my
it easy.
arms are warmed up.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, make sure you take it easy, just because this is supposed to be a back workout, and debatably that's your weakest area. So I just
I
want
would
you to
disagree.
be careful. Do you think it's your arms?
I would. Forearms probably.
Well,
And that's where I'm
forearms
feeling
can't
it. Right up the right below the elbow. Below?
work. Right above the elbow?
Above the elbow, below the elbow. Now it's above the elbow. Now it's below the elbow.
I consider that below the elbow.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. That's why I started going back and forth. Like when I say something, I'm just like, is that right?
Yeah.
How much were you at?
200.
Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh, that's max.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm still at 200.
That's what we could watch after the workout.
Max?
The Rankin Bass Hobbit.
I'd like to watch Fusion Reborn because I've been looking forward to it. Please. Then we can watch that tomorrow. Deal?
We should watch Fusion Reborn tomorrow after cardio because we're gonna need it.
No, we need the pep for tomorrow. The Rankin Bass is to relax. Fusion Reborn will hype us up to the point that we'll go, yeah, let's do one more round up there.
Probably not.
Bro.
Probably not me. Not I.
No, even though one of the best side characters is in there, and he shows up in like 3 episodes in the main story.
Krillin?
No.
Krillin winning.
I don't even know if Krillin's in the movie.
Well, now I don't want to watch it.
Not off the top of my head, I can't remember if he is. No, he's definitely in the movie. Sensu Bean! Honestly, they need a Sensu Bean. Okay. I'm not going to be able to sit tomorrow. I already can tell.
I don't know why you didn't get an adjustable desk so that you could do standing.
See, as much as I thought about it for the longest time, I think I paid $300 for my desk, right? Does what I needed to do. It's a desk. It puts things, it fit nice where it was going to be at to the measurements I was looking for. That's all I really needed.
Well, okay.
And then
Makes sense.
to have one similar to that, I'd have to spend more time finding that.
Yeah.
And then
No, I
most
understand.
elevated desks like that are at least 200 to 300 more. And then they also can break. And then they're just desks.
You know what you could do? You could get like I guess like a little mini coffee table and put it on top of your desk.
I have a coffee.
Yeah, but I mean one that's not so heavy that it would break it. That would break your actual desk.
I'm not following.
Have your desk, you put a second tier to your desk so that you can stand.
Oh, that's what you're talking.
Yes.
All right, just remember that you're this many links.
Oh my god, just go back to using the other thing.
No, I already have a way to fix it. Shut up and let me.
Where did you put it?
You fool! Not even I remember where it's at.
Beat you to death with this.
$200, right?
Yep, that's 200. Give me a minute.
Different grip.
Because the grip is different.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm not even going to try and flex my back in such a way. I'm just going to pretend. And I'll take that other one, please. Thank you.
Mom said it's my turn with the brain cell. It's always my turn with the brain cell.
Here, can you put this back or do you want to try it?
I don't want to try it.
Okay.
I think that sounds awful. Like I've been saying. Sweet vindication. See, how's that 130?
There is actually an even harder version of this, and I can't even begin to tell you how much I don't want to ever start doing it. It's the same motion.
You just do it upside down?
No, you do it with that.
Okay.
And you do wide grip.
You know, the smartass part of me would have attempted a regular standard grip with that because I knew that it would have to be wide grip.
Uh-huh. But you're too tired to even quirk about it?
No, not necessarily. I was just thinking about it.
You thought about it, and then you thought,
I had no good way to bring it up outside of just simply explaining how I could have been a smartass.
oh, okay. Whatever.
feeling that camera can't see you at all, by the way.
Probably. There we go. I was flaring my elbows out. I still got one more.
One more what?
One more set. Because I did that one at 100.
Oh, okay, you're doing that. All right. Well, then while you're braked up, do you want to...
Don't ever say that.
I didn't say the other one. Can you time me?
Sure, grab your phone. And is it just one?
Just 1 minute.
All right. Just tell me when to go.
Yep. Oh, I should have wiped this down. Will my knees go up? Go.
Oh, yeah, I didn't ask. Did you want updates?
No.
You're doing good. And time. I was tempted to have you keep going. I won't lie. But I thought better of it.
Mercy. Thank you for not trading your trust for...
You were shaking at 10 seconds, and I could hear the devil on my shoulder saying, "But what about a minute and 15?"
See, some people don't shake at all. Some people shake when they're really out of it. Some people shake right away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't mean I'm tired.
No.
It's just how I respond to that strain. Core is probably my weakest area next to cardio.
Core is probably my strongest area.
Not near cardio?
Not next to cardio.
Aaron, click that, please.
I was thinking about saying next to cardio, but that would have been a bold-faced lie.
I would have been like, oh, Joey, so let's go run the Vulcan real quick. If you want to test that theorem.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Well, I bet my fat ass can go up the Vulcan better than you can.
Probably. Because you get that momentum going.
Up the Vulcan.
Yeah. You gotta accelerate.
No.
Remember.
It's all about pacing. Let me get the broom so you don't
Remember,
have to
force is mass times acceleration.
cover your ears.
If we... What? Oh. Well, that's not bad. I thought you were
Well,
gonna-
sometimes it squeaks real bad.
Oh, well, thank you then.
Yeah. It sounds very similar to that when I'm moving it.
Ah, well, thank you.
Yeah.
You
know, the...
remember, force is mass times acceleration. So if we accelerate at the same rate...
Yes, I'm more likely to dent something when I hit into it. But guess what? That doesn't account for going up.
Something else to keep in mind. Velocity is direction and magnitude, right?
Yes.
You have... Your magnitude 10 compared to my magnitude 5.
I don't know whether to be happy about you calling me stronger than Earthquake or calling me fat. I'm going to take the compliment because you gave me mercy. I don't get a chance to sweep down here as much as I used to.
Yeah, it shows.
That's not my house to maintain. So, and whenever I'm here, I do clean. Well, at least I try to.
Alright.
You want 1 minute, or do you want to prove yourself in 1.5 minutes?
We'll go for a minute. Yeah, we'll go for a minute.
Okay, you heard him.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Let me know when we.
Do you want updates? Even a little bit. Just give me.
Yeah,
You want updates?
yeah. I want to make sure I reach a minute, and then I want to see how far I can go after.
Okay, I'll give you a 15-second interval updates. All right, when your knees go up.
All right. And go.
Face forward.
Your head was down.
No, my face was up. It was up as much as I could get it. 15. $30. Come on, face up.
I am.
Okay.
This is. Here, let me just snap my neck real quick.
That's what I mean. Is just as long as you're keeping it up as much as you can.
I am. I could go, but then that's
45.
a completely different. Am I doing this right?
You could keep your feet closer together too. 55.
My arms are
Minute.
getting tired.
Minute 15.
I want a minute 35.
It's a minute 30 right now. Minute 35.
45.
Minute 45. Go for 2.
2.
Two minutes.
Oh.